Hi there, students. To flinch. Okay, to flinch is a verb. You could have it as a noun as well, a flinch, but that's less common. And then I found a good adjective as well, unflinching and unflinchingly. We'll look at those in a minute. So, to flinch is a sudden reflexive movement. Yeah? You suddenly involuntarily move away in response to some sort of stimulus because something is going to hit you or because you're frightened. Whenever the hairdresser cuts my hair, I flinch when his scissors go near my eyes. Yeah, to flinch, a sudden movement. I remember this game when we were kids, where you hit the other person's knuckle, and if you miss, then it's the other person's turn. But this person is always trying to make this one flinch. Yeah, he thinks he's going to move. So it's like a sudden involuntary action, a sudden small movement. You could also flinch because of pain. So when I put disinfectant on the wound, he flinched. He suddenly moved. To move away, they give me synonyms as quail and wince, but I think wince is more, whereas to flinch is to suddenly move away. When you're frightened of something, you recoil. That's a much better verb. You suddenly move back, you jerk away, and that's to flinch. So, unflinching, this is a good word, not frightened of trying to avoid something dangerous or unpleasant. So, thank you for your unflinching support. I would like to thank all my subscribers for their unflinching support. He's unflinchingly brave. He unflinchingly walked through the fire. Yeah. Okay. So if you're unflinching, you don't try to avoid something difficult or dangerous. You just go straight ahead with it. Okay. So that comes from to flinch as well. Okay. So to shrink from something, maybe because it's painful, or to tense the muscles suddenly in anticipation of something painful. So whenever I hear a dentist drill, I flinch. Or, yeah, he flinched when he was presented with a massive bill to repair his computer. Yeah, to flinch, to suddenly move away. Going back to the phrase unflinching, we also have the phrase without flinching, without showing any hesitation or fear. Let's see. I hate needles. I hate when I have to go and they draw blood. But there are many people who can get an injection or have a blood test without flinching, without moving away. Yeah, to flinch from someone, to suddenly move back. Oof. Yeah, to flinch away from something. Maybe the government is flinching away from introducing this policy because it won't be popular with the voters. So they're backing off. They don't really want to do it. In many situations, it's difficult not to flinch. Or, I don't know, maybe just before you crash into something, in that moment you know you're not going to avoid the crash. You flinch, you tighten your body, and that's the idea of to flinch. So it's this sudden involuntary question. So to flinch away from a question, to avoid a question. Politicians always like to flinch away from answering difficult questions. He never flinches when it comes to helping me with the difficult and dirty tasks. He's an unflinching helper. Yeah, he unflinchingly helps me, whatever the task may be, however difficult, dangerous, or unpleasant. Yeah, he unflinchingly told everybody the truth, even though they didn't want to hear it, and they all flinched when they heard the truth. Okay, so to flinch. To flinch is a regular verb. He flinched when he thought the ball was going to hit him. He has flinched away from introducing this new law. Let's see. Formality. I think I would give it a 5 in formality. Use it just about anywhere. Informally or formally is a good verb to use. And then as to origin, well, it certainly comes from this Middle French verb flanchir, to bend. And there's also a Middle German word, lenken, to bend, which is also probably linked to it. Okay, so to flinch. Can you hold your hand in the fire without flinching? That's going to be a crazy thing to do. Yeah, so to flinch from somebody. The child flinched from the parent. It was clear that the child was accustomed to receiving blows. Yeah. Don't flinch from your duty. Be unflinching in your duty and do it however difficult and unpleasant it may be. So there you go. Flinch, unflinching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Flinch, unflinching, unflinchingly.